Alright, what is up guys, it is Josh back with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing something super similar as to what I did earlier this week, and that's actually going to be checking out the best gaming setups. I made a video covering the worst gaming setups, and I reacted to them, gave my opinion on them, and this video is going to be quite the opposite. So if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers, so make sure to support me, it does mean a lot. With that being said, I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and I will see you guys on my PC. Alright guys, so this first gaming setup, it looks like it would be a streamer's gaming setup, just from what I can tell looking at it initially. What I can see so far, they have a nice webcam setup, they have a key light that doesn't look like it's turned on, they have a Elgato Stream Deck on the right side of their desk, and obviously, you know, the second monitor is always just a dead giveaway in terms of productivity and being able to kind of access that second monitor for streaming purposes. But this actually looks like a really good streaming setup, obviously probably using chat at the very top, something like that. Monitors in a very comfortable position in order to actually look at that, and you know, the speakers are a nice addition, and I'm really liking the color coordination throughout, you know, kind of the ambience of the PC and the lighting in the background. But you know, I feel like points can definitely be taken away when we look at the keyboard and the mouse pad, just because it doesn't really match with the rest of the setup. But this setup's looking really cool. I mean, like, there's not much you can do to make a better setup than this. It's just like super clean gaming PC. The monitor setup is looking great. They look like they're both mounted, which is really cool. Dual webcams in this situation as well. The webcam placement looks really good, as well as I'm not sure what this is called, but it might be some sort of mic interface, which it just looks super clean and looks super easy to, you know, on the go access and flexibility in terms of streaming and all that. And I'm not sure what this thing is, but it might be like a clock, maybe. That's just my guess. And this setup looks great. I've seen these wall panels a lot in other setups, and just, you know, it adds such a nice touch to almost every gaming setup that I've seen it in. The lighting looks great, and yeah, this setup overall is looking absolutely amazing. All right, so moving on to this gaming setup, it's a bit different than the one that we just checked out, but yeah, this looks very similar to the way that my setup's laid out, and that's with the vertical monitor on the left. The main monitor is actually horizontally mounted, and then it looks like this is either some sort of riser or some sort of like sound bar, which is super cool. I haven't seen many sound bars get incorporated into gaming setups, which is really cool. The only thing I would kind of question about this setup is the mouse pad. It looks pretty small. I'm not sure what kind of games they're playing, but if they're playing games that rely on like low sensitivity, I don't think this mouse pad would be ideal for that. So I feel like that might be the only downside. The keyboard looks great. Obviously, color coordination is looking on point with this setup, just in terms of the different aspects of it. It just looks super clean. The wallpaper matches nicely with the side wallpaper, and just the wallpaper also goes great with the lighting on the PC, as well as the lighting under the PC, the lighting on the mouse pad, the lighting on the keyboard and mouse. And then they have some sort of, I'm not even sure what this is. It might even be like a second PC on the wall right here, but that looks absolutely phenomenal. They have this little action figure on the desk too, and it's just super cool. Cable management looks really good at the back too, just from what I can see, the wires hanging down from the monitor. They even went the extra mile to route the cable for the keyboard, and that's just something that you don't see a lot. But yeah, this setup is just absolutely impeccable, and it's probably one of my favorites that I've seen so far in terms of dual monitor setups. All right, this next one that I'm looking at right now, holy, I would say this is probably my dream setup, I'm not gonna lie. They got the triple monitors, and they're aligned in a way that is just super good for just on the go gaming, productivity, video editing. Just having 3 monitors can make your setup so versatile. It's so hard to like understand, but it just would go the extra mile. The speakers look great at the very top. They look like they're on their own mounts. They're not sitting on the desk and taking up extra space, which is great. Looks like there's a Google Home on the desk as well, and just the desk is super clutter free. And I really like the implementation of the drawer desk, which is really good because he probably has, you know, different things in the drawers there, has different remotes kind of in between that gap between the tabletop and the drawers, just for, I'd assume, the RGB and all that. But the color coordination is great. TV on the wall for some sort of console or Netflix setup is just looking great. Funko Pops in the background I can see, and then even the drawer in the background looks pretty consistent with the drawers in the desk, so that matches really well. Can't really see the PC in this picture, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, I could imagine it's probably color coordinated with the rest of the setup, considering how hard they went to go all out on the setup appearance. But yeah, this setup was looking phenomenal. You got an Omega Secret Lab gaming chair, which is one of the best chairs for gaming. Yeah, and this setup's just looking really good. I'm a massive fan of the RGB implementation. This triple monitor setup looks absolutely amazing, and I love the addition of the TV. Okay, so this setup right here, I feel like is the only triple monitor setup that I've ever questioned, and that's probably for the sole reason of the monitors being unlevel and unequal with each other, just because it looks really awkward with having the monitor in the middle being what looks like a 27-inch maybe, and then the two monitors on the side being like a 21.5. It just looks super awkward considering they're at different heights because of their stands. And the color coordination looks great, don't get me wrong, all the RGB going on throughout the purple blue theme, which is a very common theme that I've seen in setups nowadays, including my own. It's just, it looks kind of awkward. I mean, the PC looks great, the mic and the mouse and the keyboard look great. I'm not sure what mic that is. It looks like a Rode. Every single Rode mic is good, so I'd assume that this is a pretty good setup for recording at, but I'm not sure. I guess it depends on what the function is. I mean, if you're just gaming and you want like Discord on a second monitor, I guess it doesn't matter that much. But if you're streaming and it, you know, kind of having to look down at your monitor might get really awkward and uncomfortable after a while. So I feel like just for that reason, it might be a bit difficult to use this setup, you know, efficiently when it comes to streaming or productivity. So I feel like that's the only downside of this setup. The desk looks very clutter-free. Cables are routed at the front and back. It doesn't look like they're cleaned up too much, but I'm not really one to talk. But yeah, the setup looks really great, except for the monitors being unlevel with each other. And yeah. And then lastly, right here, we have this setup, which is a single monitor setup at the main part of the desk, but then they have a bit of an interesting side monitor off to the side above their PC, which I don't think I've ever seen that before in a single setup. The PC looks great, massive acrylic or tempered glass side panel on the PC itself. They got a triple fan rad, the same as mine pretty much. It looks like that. And then yeah, the color coordination looks great. Again, blue and pink themed, looking great. They got a lot of decorations compared to all the other setups. They got a light on the left side, which looks pretty similar to the lighting used all throughout. They definitely went all out in terms of the lighting with the RGB strips. They have a 2x2 cabinet hanging on the wall too, or I guess you could say like dresser or like, I don't even know, shelf. And they even have RGB lighting around there with the strips, so they definitely went all out. The wall decor looks great on the right wall with the galaxy thing, as well as the minifigures or whatever it is along the back wall there. But yeah, this is really cool. I don't know how practical this would be in terms of streaming or doing YouTube or anything like that if the monitor was mounted up on the wall to the side, just because I feel like it'd be a hassle to, you know, have to turn your head versus just moving your eyes to the side monitor. It would have to be something that I would have experience with to actually make a judgment call in terms of that, but everything seems to be matching. Peripherals look really good, and you know, other than that, it's a really good setup. I can't really see a chair in there, so I can't really make any judgments on that. It looks like this is maybe an Xbox or a PS4. I can't really tell just because of the poor quality of the image, but you know, the room looks great, setup looks great. The only thing is I just don't know how practical and efficient it is to have that monitor up there otherwise, other than trying to be different or unique. But you know, it looks cool, it looks unique definitely, but I don't really know how that would operate on the fly in terms of using your setup on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more videos like this, make sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know that, and I'll be sure to put out what you guys want. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, helps me out a ton. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in a future video on the channel. Peace out.